we can be super free and transparent and open. But can you please share how you're feeling on it? Tell us the truth, the good, the bad, the ugly. If you're feeling anything, if you're not, if you felt worse at first, please let me know. And then afterwards, of course, if you give my other some love, because I'm starting from the ground up. Can you do another sale? We will, yes, we will see how much we have in stock, and if we're sending out another shipment, we will definitely try to do another sale. I had my baby at 45 naturally. Youngest before him was 18 at the time. That is amazing. You can just say, can you say that word?
Chuan, stop
No.
being ridiculous.
Okay.
You can just say what you want. You were just getting a little too...
My mom had me at 41 and my grandma had her last at 44. You can do it. You guys are giving me so much hope. Wow, that is great. Well, I do want to say my monthly was a little off, meaning that it was just off. I have been able to improve because it was just, and that I think maybe it happened after living in mold. It does affect you. But finally, the last 2 months, it's been a little bit better. Last month was a little off again, but I had a lot of stress. But yeah, the month before that, it was better. I'm also using red light on my, every night. I shine red light. Red light brings more circulation. Circulation helps with blood flow. Oh, well, wishing you all things in love and light for a healthy, physically, mentally, emotionally child. We want healthy on all levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. May they come into this world and make this world a better place. Amen. So, would you guys like to do a quick prayer? Oh, wow. My mom's, she had her last baby at 41. It was a surprise. She was not trying to get pregnant. She was born with a genetic disorder called Osteo-placia, where her bones kind of grow a little bit, and I have a little bit of it. I guess it was in our genome. Do you see how that bone has like a stuck bone there? Do you see that? So she had that all over her body. Some people get it on their face. Thank God it never affected her face. But she had it all along her spine, her legs, and she's had to have 13 surgeries. I'm pregnant at 45, a little after starting your Shilajit. I go, yay, that is awesome. Well, you motivated me. Yeah, I take it every day. I think I do have a feeling that the PRP is definitely going to help me. So we'll see. I think my body the mold really did a number, and I'm slowly getting better. It's going to take time. But do you see how I have like an extra bone growth there? Like it's hard for me to rings. There it is. So she had that all over her body, and she's had to have 13 surgeries. And she's one of the bravest girls I know. One of the surgeries left her legs a little deformed. But if you were to meet her, she's one of the kindest, gentlest, sweetest souls ever. And she's only 22, right?
Your sister?
Yeah, I'm 43 and she's 22. Like, I'm old enough to be her mother. Because my mom had me at 19 and then she had her at 41. What?
Mm-hmm.
Let me get the tweezer for you.
No,
right
I got
there.
it.
My husband's very into his looks, so I'm not allowed to mess with his eyebrows because I once like made them super thin.
No.
I like made them like this. I'm the oldest of the siblings. Yes, I'm the oldest. I have is PRP expensive. In the US, it can be very expensive, unfortunately. Where I am, it's not as expensive. It depends. There's these shady like med spa clinics you can go to, but I wouldn't trust them. And then if you go to a plastic surgeon, it's about $100 per session. maybe like $80 per session. But then you can go and buy a package of 5 for $100 at these like spa clinics. Of course, they exist everywhere, but you just, and it's, I mean, I don't know. Is it painful? They actually numb your face. So I got PRP on my face. After I gave birth, I got really bad melasma. This is from the bad filler I had that migrated, but I got really bad melasma and it really helped. It was really, really amazing in helping. I tried all the creams, I tried it. They work to a degree, but it's very slow. And you do PRP and there's other benefits. And for me, the melasma went away, so I was very happy. So I had how I heard about it, I had a dear friend who's very young, way younger than I am. She's 34, almost 10 years younger than me. And she was doing all, she was trying for 6 years and she couldn't. And they were about to do IVF, and she did the PRP and she got pregnant within 3 months. So she told me about it. I didn't even know this was a thing. Like, why don't these IVF doctors talk about it? I don't know if there's less profit. I have no idea, but I had to physically then go to the doctor and be like, you guys offer PRP? Yeah. Why isn't it something that's super advertised? Well, because the success rate could be up to 80%, and some people it's for 10%, and some people it's only 20%. But I was like, there is some improvement. She's like, yes, but it's very unpredictable. But I was like, I would rather try that first than I'll pump myself up with hormones. So she said, we just don't know how your body will. But I told her I have faith in my body. And she just looked at me like I was crazy. She's like, okay, whatever. Yeah, so you inject the eggs and you make the quality of the eggs more vital, more fertile. Some women use PRP to help delay menopause. It actually helps with I've done my research. It actually helps with endometriosis, which is scar tissue that builds up. So you're basically rejuvenating the embryo. And the AMH, my friend's AMH level went up by 80%. That's a huge, huge deal. I was in June, when I was living in the mold home, May, sorry. My AMH, I had it tested, was very low. It was 0.07. I want you to sink that in, 0.07. It was super low, and I knew it would be low. I was not doing well. Then I had it tested again in October, and it was 0.20. So it was 0.20. It's still low. You want to be a 1 or a 2. You want to have a 1 in front. So it's not a great improvement, but it was an improvement that I did on myself. What about hyperbaric chambers are wonderful, especially if you have mold. I was actually looking into that, and I found a doctor in Islamabad.
On your Nancy?
No, why would somebody? No. I found a doctor in Islamabad. Got back at is low, accurate. Yep, and you want a 1. You want a 1 in front. But I was 0.07. I was 0.07. And I brought it up to 0.20, which is still low, but it's a huge improvement for me. You want it to have a 1 in front. Mine does not have a 1. We want a 1. Hopefully, by the grace of God, oh Lord, if you're listening, please, I know you're listening because you don't abandon us. Please help me have a healthy baby, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually healthy. A baby that can bring love and light to this world. Amen. Bad connection. Is it still bad? Yes or no? What happened? Is it bad? Is it still bad? Is it still bad? Thank you. I do believe so. You're okay now. Okay, I'm gonna get going because I have to put my son down to bed. For any first-time users who want to try Shilajit, you can use code Abi Energy. It's about to vault expires in 7. 1 second. 1 second. Okay. If you guys, I'm Rob. I lost using my husband. 1 second. It's Rabia. Who the heck? I don't know who that is. I just wanna, what does Shilajit do? Do you want me to talk a little bit about Shilajit and then I'm gonna go? Do you want me to talk about it a little bit and then I'm gonna go? This is your live, not mine. Give me a heart if you want me to talk about it. I'll talk about it a little bit, but basically, we are living more disconnected from nature. Okay, we eat mineral. Why do they say? We know that we go to the store. We know that your vitamins are important. If not, they wouldn't sell them. The calcium, the magnesium. We know that we need to be getting these elements into our body, these minerals, these vitamins. But the world is set up in such that today our food supply, the soil today, is about 80% lacking in the nutrients, maybe from 50, 60, 70 years ago. That is why people are breaking down faster and younger than ever. That is why there's certain diseases you hear young people getting that back in the day, maybe you only got when you're older, if that even, okay? Because when we don't get these elements, these building blocks, we will not be vital and thriving on a great cellular level. We can't think straight, we can't feel straight, we can't act straight. So then we start relying on stimulants, whether that be your phone constantly, whether that be anger is a stimulant, whether that be a lot of sugar, candy, whether that be caffeine, whatever your stimulant is. People, we are feeling so drained and depleted and numb, so we are now trying to, on a like intuitively, we're seeking to feel normal. We live a world that is way more disconnected from anything about that, because that's how amazing the human body is, constantly adapting. But doesn't mean this new world we're adapting to is actually going to help us be the best version of ourselves and feel the best version of ourselves. We're in front of TV screens, computer screens. We're not getting fresh air. We're not connecting to the earth. We're barely moving. We're eating tons of packaged food. And even if we try to eat healthy, our soils are so depleted from the fungicides, the pesticides, the herbicides, all the sides, and they're not replenishing the soil. So your food is only as good as the soil it's grown in. The way God or nature created the soil is for the soil to get those elements in the right dose. Those elements are encased by fulvic and humic acid, and they give it to the plants. We eat the plants, we get those nutrients, boom, bada, boom, bada, boom. It is not happening today. By the time you go to the grocery store, you buy your food, bring it to the table, it's about 20% the nutrient dense, if that even. And today, a lot of food is being grown without seeds. Like, what is that? In labs. We are also disconnected from God and nature. That is a fact. We hardly get any fresh air. We don't connect to the sun. So here are some tips. In the morning, when you wake up, don't go to your phone. Do not go to your phone. I promise you, your emails, your text messages, they'll be there. They'll be there. I want you to start tongue scraping. Get a fancy, doesn't have to be fancy, tongue scraper. Scrape your tongue, spit it out in the trash. Get some coconut oil. Go get some xylitol from birch tree. Add it to the coconut oil. Start oil pulling. That will help remineralize your teeth. Health starts with your microbiome in your mouth, because you swallow and whatnot. Okay, so that's number one. If you have grass and it's not cold, connect your feet to the grass. Go outside, get some fresh air. say a prayer, be thankful for another day, because not everybody gets the blessing to wake up. Not everybody gets to use their feet to wake up, their limbs to wake up. So the fact that you still have your limbs and you're here on this earth for another day, bless God for it. Amen. 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 It's sometimes give gratitude for the little things. If you live in a building, maybe get on a porch, open up those windows, get some fresh sunlight, let the eyes peer, the sun get on your face. Really, really important. Then you just want to try to support your body, get fiber. Pectin is a wonderful way of getting fiber. Shilajit is helpful for menopause, and it's backed by studies. My son is crying, so it's distracting me. Apple pectin is wonderful. You just want to try to get your steps in. So if that means parking your car far away from your work, you do it. If that means taking the stairs up, you do it. But then you start taking something like Shilajit, where man has not corrupted the mountaintops. He's with my, and you will get all your little minerals to fill in the gaps where our food supply does not. And then from there, when you have more vitality, why did I choose the name Energy? Because you need energy to make better choices. You need energy to process your thoughts. You need energy to feel alive. So that's why I take Shilajit. Man has not corrupted it. My son is crying. I have to go. We were going to say quick prayer. But everybody, please go give the Gram some love. It's a new account I'm starting from my other account. I have a bad dentist's eye. I have really bad cavities and decay. There is a dentist on here. She's wonderful. Her name is Dr. Ellie. She's great. But you just want to start tongue scraping, oil pulling with xylitol. You want to start brushing your gums to stimulate stem cells. I used to have tons of cavities, tons. And the oil pulling with xylitol, and I also have a little guide on my other. So when you're done here, if you give that account and then reach out to me there, I can also send you the guide on the recipe, how to do it. What's the best brand of vitamin D? With vitamin D, you want magnesium and K2. So any vitamin D that has a brand with K2 in it, because everything needs a partner in life, day and night, hot and cold. I was going to say male, female. We all, male or, so just minerals also taught her. They need each other to balance. So with vitamin D, you want to be getting magnesium, but also look for one with K2. I like Thorn. They're third-party lab tested, but certainly just, if you go on to the other thing owned by Jeff Bezos, read the reviews and make sure that it's a legit company. Go to and check if they actually do have a storefront on that page. And that's how you can tell, because sometimes there's dupes, and you wouldn't want a supplement dupe at all. Okay? Thank you so much for being part of my life. Thank you for welcome to your home and into your heart. We're going to say a quick prayer because he has calmed down. He's in one of those weird stages where he is a little spoiled. He is spoiled. He's our only child, and his father spoils him, and he's becoming a bit of a BRAT. But I understand he's our only child, and I'm also open to we might not have another child. I took a long, much needed break from my own mental health. I was living in mold. I got super sick, and now I'm back. They did take out my other account on the other platform, so give it some love. The other platform, meaning the Gram. So here we go. Do you like them? Yay or nay? Oh, do you guys like them? Yes or no? So they're just heart earrings made with crystals, and we're gonna put different. When it comes time, how old were you when you met your husband? I was 39. 39?
Yeah.
39. So when it comes time, when we are going to activate these, we will do it maybe here, or we'll have our other channel, and you guys will pick the frequencies for each. So we have to kind of, so based on the jade crystal, we will pick a set of 5 for each, 5 to 7 for each code. We will activate them together, and then we will, ship them out, and then from there they will ship out worldwide from the US. But yeah, I think they're kind of cute. I love earrings. I feel like rings would be, the problem with rings is the sizing, and that might be a little complicated. I don't know. We'll see. Like the sizing. We're dealing with like one of these big shipping warehouse, and I just would have to try to, I don't know. We'd have to figure it out. But we just made the channel. We will be to all our Azor customers. Hopefully we see you on the channel. We can talk about everything. This gives me so much hope. I'm 31 and the pressure of finding a partner is starting. Oh, you have all the time. Just take your time, enjoy life, do the things you can't do. Go travel, go work on yourself, go out with friends, especially once you have a child. You may not be able to do those things. And I miss...
You knew.
I don't know. I guess I was not in a good place. So how was I gonna have a child?
Oh, yeah.
I was not in a good place.
In general, you were not in a good place. So, how were you?
Yeah, I wasn't mentally, physically, emotionally. Yeah. And I think bringing a child into this world is a huge responsibility. And by the grace of God, I do feel like I'm mentally, emotionally, physically more stronger than I've ever been. And
How?
He keeps saying, how? I'm 62, empty nester, your time will come. Oh, wow, that is, how does it feel? I was a mom when I was wiser and able to. Yeah. I mean, some people have them young back to back, and amen, I was not as mature. I had to go through a lot of chapters in my life. Some were good and some were bad. A lot of them were, how old were you when you had a child? I was 40. I was 40 when I had my first. Got pregnant easy by the grace of God. This time around at 43, it's not happening as fast as I'd like it to. So I might need help, and that's okay. That's what we have great doctors for. I'm going to try stem cells and PRP before I do IVF. It doesn't have to get to IVF. I'm healing a lot for myself and women before me. So yeah, there is something like you were basically an egg in your mother when she was a child, and she was an egg in your great-grandmother. So a lot of cycles or stories that your grandmother maybe experienced, or that you might have also experienced that. So if you're my grandmother was married 2 times, so those stories might play out for certain, but there's always that black sheep. I don't want to call it black sheep. Let's call it Phoenix rising, because I'm a Scorpio. There's always that eagle or that bird that comes in, or that black sheep that has the strength to break the final cycle.
Oh.
And I believe for my family, it was me. Because my family, every family has something. Every family has something. But I do believe this newer generation of kids, they're a lot more sensitive. They're a lot more spiritual. They're spiritually connected to the other realm. They're a lot more. We are growing. Yes, we might be. I'm trying to see. I don't like. I have to speak in code. Yes, we're living in a world where we're more disconnected from nature, from God, right? Our food is crappy, our water is crappy, the air is crappy, but we are more spiritually awake than ever. And we're all here for a reason. If I were to ask you, what is your reasoning being here? We're all here on a journey. We're all here for a reason. And that reason is to connect to your inner child, connect to others, and you bring some sort of love and light to others, which then just kind of accumulates. Being connected to your neighborhood, to nature, to your animals, to your community, all these things matter. And I hope that I leave this planet having left an impact and made it just a little bit better than when I arrived. So with that, I have to like always ask God for strength, and that's what I try to do. And to me, God's an energy. I'm not trying to preach any religion. The way you want to pray to God is your beautiful gift. You know, why do we have to judge each other on? People are so judgmental on who they vote for, how they pray, or who they believe in, when you should only judge somebody on what comes out from their heart. It's really, you know, we live in a world where you can't really talk about having a higher faith, being connected. Sometimes it's looked down upon. But I say go outside and hug a tree, because I feel like that is, you know, that the fact that we don't go out and hug trees, the fact that we don't connect barefoot to the earth, the fact that we don't grow our own food, the fact that we don't rely on plant medicine, to me, that's not. You know what's really weird? When you walk into a coffee shop in New York City and not one person is looking up, not one person is like, is aware of their surrounding, aware of the other human beings. That to me is really weird. The fact that we're not connected. So it's important to have family time. We all eat. Would you ever move back to the US? Honestly, I really, 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 really love my life here. I love the US. I love the US. I love California. I moved to New York City. I lived there for 10 years. I was burnt out. I needed to go. If I ever came back, I would live there maybe 3 months out of the year. I do not see myself living there full time. I've just become very accustomed to the laid back lifestyle of family. God, I have a farm. My father has a farm. I also have a lot of help. I don't ever really talk about that because I don't want people to feel like, you know, I lived my whole life without help, but having a lot of help is pretty awesome. So, I don't know. I don't see myself living. How old were you when you moved to Asia? I was 40. I was 40 years old. I was 39. Maybe, I don't know, 40, 39, yeah. So we actually do have a dear friend who, she's very big on this platform. I don't want to like bombard her, but she speaks to the passing, the dead. If you know, you know. She has a farm out in Texas, so maybe if we went back, we would go hang out with her for a little bit. But I don't see myself living there and raising my child. My child is going to go to an American private school, but where they, you know, have horse. You can pick what time you want your child to go to school, so you can pick the afternoon shift or the morning shift. My son is not a morning person, so we would most likely do the afternoon shift, which would be from 2 to 4 or 2 to 5. Do you see what I'm saying? There's so many beautiful options you can do with your kids. My kid is not a morning kid. So yeah, I really love that certain countries, the foundation is based more on like the healthcare system is a lot more. 24 hours, 7 days a week, hamster wheel, and that can burn you out. That can burn you out. And I think had I not been taking the nutrients I would probably definitely be burnout. I definitely at some point in my life was heavily reliant on caffeine and other weird substances that weren't really benefiting me, my body, or my highest good. Yeah, thank you. You're looking so radiant. Well, thank you. I lived in mold, which really did a number on my health. And so we moved up to the mountains. Like I was in the mountains and just connecting. It was so beautiful. If I wish I could encase that air, that crisp air, like took it, it was hard to learn, but I learned it and I applied it, and man, did it feel good. I believe it comes on from trauma. So I was that kid in school that nobody wanted to sit next to because she hadn't showered or combed her hair. And I don't blame my mother. She was very depressed. She had too many kids and she just couldn't take care of all of us. So I was the girl with the raggedy, dirty clothes. So as a result, nobody ever like I was the one that was always made fun of. So I think I just shut down and I had severe dyslexia. Is it glitching? And I couldn't read. Are you losing connection? Are you losing connection? So they held me back in school a few grades, and that didn't help because kids would make fun of me. But it was my birthday, and I remember somebody had made a card, and we were all sitting together, and I was reading. I'm not going to say who did this to me, but obviously it was a grown up. And I couldn't pronounce one of the words. So this is a grown up. I'm not going to talk about it because I've learned to forgive. Hurt people hurt others. She grabs it and she's like, what are you, stupid or something? You can't even read that word. And then all the kids start laughing. And okay, I do have to go because my son is getting tired. So I still get dyslexia sometimes when I'm super nervous. Maybe you've noticed. I'm working on hopefully healing it. But yeah, I think your past helps define you, and you can choose to be angry or pissed off, or you can move on. And my son is crying. I have to go. It's his bedtime. Please, if you can show my other channel, the gram, some love. I'm starting from 0 until I get my old account back. Let's say a prayer that I do, and you are in my heart, and thank you for allowing me into your heart, and amen. Bye. Where is he? Bye. Thank you, my son. Okay, gotta go. How do you turn this off? Okay.